Hello, everybody.
On?
Hello, yes, we're on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
All right. Happy holidays.
Yes. With squirt.
With Squirt. Just gonna give us a couple minutes
Mhm.
for see if anybody else pops on.
Superman. Superman's laying. That's the sit style. When her back lays more that way, front lays that way. Superman.
That means he's comfortable.
Mhm.
All right.
Hey, there he goes again.
Look, Mama's on there. Hey, Mama.
Yeah, Mama. Squirt says hi too.
Mama's not in video because she's down in Pensacola with Norma
Mhm.
right now. So y'all still please be praying for Norma. I can actually adjust it. Squirt's over there. I got stuck a moment ago because Squirt was right beside me.
Well, he likes you.
Alright, so today we're talking about bunnies.
Bunnies.
Bunnies. Do, 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 do. I'm a bunny.
I know Squirt's yours, but please don't eat him when you're singing that song. I was trying to save you.
Mama, that's why we have a that's why we have blankets on in a
Yes.
towel. We making sure we protect the couch.
Yes.
We already been picking up the raisins and everything.
Mhm.
So as y'all see, I got Squirt. Squirt's gonna be my inside pet rabbit.
Yep.
He's already been over here playing, jumping on me and everything,
Mhm.
licking me and nibbling at me. That's how they show their infections.
Yes.
So this may not be a long live video, but we wanted to come on here and talk about our bunnies.
Bunnies.
So I know that a few videos ago we talked about why we got bunnies and everything,
Mhm.
but we want to go a little more into that today and talk about what we like about our bunnies and talk a little about having bunnies and what it's like having bunnies. So first bunny we had was actually down in when we lived in Wetumpka, and they kept flying away.
Yes, they did.
Fly away, fly away.
Instead of being pigs can fly, it was bunnies can fly.
We talked about that in a few videos ago about how hawks and vultures used to come down and grab our chickens and bunnies, and they used to fly away with them. And Mom would be out there one day, and she'll just see them going in the air. The other issue we had bunnies back then because we didn't have them. We had them with our chickens in the chicken pen, and so they was able to dig out and everything, and so they were used to dig out and go to our neighbor's shed and have babies.
They did.
She'll call and say, "Your rabbit had babies again in my shed." That was funny. But we had rabbits a few times, but it wasn't until a couple of years ago we got really big into having rabbits. So the first rabbit Susan got was
Rabbit?
well, we're gonna talk about the lion head.
Lion?
We're not talking about Snowflake and all the other ones we had.
Oh. Okay.
So what's
Totoro?
What's Totoro? Wasn't Totoro?
Totoro.
We got Totoro. Totoro is a lion head.
A lion head, yes.
I don't have pictures of Totoro on here today.
She's a sassy bunny.
Yeah, she's a sassy little thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's always been sassy.
When...
But she's a white lion head.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably about what?
She's up there.
7 years old now.
Yes.
Because we've been having her for a while. It's been.
And what do you
she
say? She
may be older than that. I can't exactly remember.
And when I got her, Stan thought it was cool where I put her.
First thing you put her was in the living room.
Nope, straight in my room.
Then you put her in the room.
Yeah. See?
For a little bit, she was in the living room. Down what's the dining room now? Because we have this part right here. And then Susan moved her into her room, and she was litter trained. Mama said been having her for 8 years.
8 years? Okay.
8 years. Time just.
Yeah, it does.
After so long, times like gets all scrambled and can't remember exactly. Is it 8? Is it 7? Is it 13? Yeah. Is it 22? But we got Totoro. Then didn't we get Simba? Was the first male?
Yes, Simba. I got him from somewhere.
And then we got, but then
Simba and Totoro had babies.
And Simba died, didn't he? Or did we get rid of him?
We want a new male.
Then we got who?
Then we got Galaxy and Fifi.
Fifi is her sister.
Yes.
Well, half sister.
Half sister, something like that.
Yeah, we're not really sure. We know they have similar fathers.
Yes.
And then we really started with lion heads. Wasn't really into it for the meat at the time. It was mostly just about having pets and breeding and selling for pets.
Yes.
And like we normally take our lion heads to the pet store, and
the pet store that I like.
That normally sells them. But we also have bunnies right now.
Yep.
We're in bunny mode. Bunny.
Yes.
We have they're squirting his sister when they was really little.
I took that picture.
And then we have these are Copper's babies.
Yes, Coppers.
You'll see. They're beautiful. I really love the tan ones.
The blonde ones?
Yes, I like them. They're very pretty, and they're more outgrowing than the other ones. You go out there and they'll come to you and sniff you and everything. Yes. The other ones are getting used to it.
Yep.
But the tan ones just seem to be a little more tamer.
Yes.
This is Squirt's sister.
Squeak.
Squeak.
Yes, that's what little fairy named it.
And here is some of Violet's. She has the silver one. She has a black one. She has a white one. Then she has another tan one, and another black one. Yes. But these are all. Then we have. I don't have pictures of Totoro. She has 2. One's white with tan spots. The other one's mostly white. White, yeah. And we have all these bunnies, and they are. Guess what? They are ready to find homes. Yes, they are. Except this one. Except Squirt. Squirt's mine. You can't have Squirt. I won't give Squirt. Squirt is a lion head mini wet rat's mitts. And he has the long hair like a lion head. Yes. But his fur is so soft. Yep. It feels like you're touching a cloud. Yes. It's so soft. And when I seen Squirt, I fell in love with him. Yes, you did. I'm like, nope, I'm keeping that one because he's so soft. It's like cotton candy, but not sticky.
Yep.
And I take them places with me. I walk around town with them in my pocket.
Uh-huh.
We went that one day and we went talking to people and I had them in my pocket and it was like, oh my goodness, it's so cute.
Yes.
So I needed a chick magnet. So and I ain't got no children.
No,
So
you
I'm like,
don't.
screw it, it's nice and fluffy. I should
And
have
we don't
called.
have no kids right
I
now.
should have called him Stitch if he was blue.
And we don't have no kids right now. You can't keep the kids.
Uh, so I wouldn't want to carry a goat around with me everywhere.
Oh, well.
Skirt ain't gonna get much bigger.
Probably not.
So, but yeah, we have bunnies for sale.
Yes.
So if you're looking for a bunny and you're in the lower Alabama
Mhm.
or northern part of or the panhandle part of Florida, contact us if you want a bunny.
Yes.
We have bunnies and they are ready to go.
Mhm.
What, Squirt? What? I gotta clean my room tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it can make him a praise.
And trust me, that's a task. That is a
It
task to clean my room.
is a
I'm
task for
normally
you.
I'm normally on the go so much and doing so much stuff that my clothes gets a little built up, and I have to put my clothes away tomorrow. We are not showing any rooms of my bedroom. Cause I have a sofa in there and it looks like where I keep. Mama said that the bunnies will make great Christmas presents. So if you want to get someone a present
Mhm.
for Christmas. But what do we like about the lionhead, Susan?
They're friendly.
If you handle them like any other animal, if you handle them, you're kind with them. They're normally friendly. As you
They're
can see, Squirt's used to me.
ooh, they're easy to brush.
If you continually brush them and make sure.
Yes.
One thing about rabbits, you do not bathe rabbits. They
No, that's
they strongly suggest not to bathe rabbits because one, they would go into hypothermia really
Mhm.
quick, like because their fur does not dry like dogs or cats or other animals. When they get wet, they can get pneumonia and
Mhm.
they hyperventilate. And with rabbits, you got to remember you have to keep them calm because if they get really anxiety or if they get start panicking, it can
Yes.
kill them. That's the most ways that rabbits die is from anxiety.
Yep.
Or what else?
uh. I don't know. On top of my head right now.
They're very friendly. They tend to
Mhm.
be very friendly. The only rabbit I have seen that's more friendlier than the lionheads is the
Oh, or
giant chinchilla.
giant chinchillas.
They
Yes.
they are the most friendliest rabbits I have ever seen. You can just go up. I never most rabbits does not like being held.
Yeah.
They do not like being held or anything. They like being like this right here. And but the chillas sometimes they'd be like hold me.
Uh
You
huh.
go out there, Sakura's like hold me, pet me.
It's right. Today I coached Sakura and had to doctor her ears. It was so easy doctoring her ears. You get to go in there, pet her, get her calm, and you get squirted and get in her ears.
You don't want to do his mama. Raise her claw.
No, I gotta do her claws.
One thing you do got to do with rabbits, you got to maintain their claws
In her teeth.
and their teeth because they don't never stop growing.
Yes, you always have to have something like wood, toys.
You gotta have something they can chew on.
Mhm.
If you see like rabbits chewing on random stuff, because they have to chew on something to maintain their
Yes.
teeth, because they would grow really fast. I seen a video a while back where the teeth were so long they had to take a pliers and snap the
Wow.
teeth off the rabbits.
Oof.
Yeah, but you have to be careful because you have
Mhm.
to make sure you don't go into the pink like any animal because you'll hit that nerve and they start bleeding.
Yes.
She may think Captain's a bunny. He's so small. He's like, is that a bunny?
My.
What kind of bunny is you? You're an ugly bunny. But anyways,
Yeah.
so are most people ask us, are rabbits a low maintenance animal?
Kind
That's
of
that's
so and
one
kind of
that
not.
no, they're technically a
There.
high maintenance
Yes.
animal because you gotta constantly brush them.
Yes.
Because like rabbits actually, if you have two girl rabbits, it's actually better to have them together
Mhm.
because they actually groom each other like cats.
And
Actually,
they ain't
rabbits
companionships.
rabbits grooms more than a cat does,
Uh huh.
like 3 times as much because they they they're very hygienic animals. They like you see he's grooming me right now because that's what they do.
Yes.
That's why they lick and that's why they nibble at each other because
Yes.
they're grooming,
Mhm.
and that's how they show their affections for each other. they do tend to be a little high maintenance if
Mhm.
you want them as a pet, but they're so sweet.
Yes.
They're really
So sweet.
sweet. They just love they very lovey animals. Again, they don't really care. They're not like dogs and cats, so they don't really like
Yeah.
being held as much. But they will sit beside you. They will pet you. They will lay.
They
They
want
just
that.
if they feel comfortable, they just to fall down and lay right
Mhm.
beside you, and they let you pet them. And I like rabbits.
Yes.
Now we also have the mini Retzes. We just started getting into the mini
Yes.
Retzes this year, so we don't we don't really know much about the mini Retz. But like you said, he's our first baby from a mini Retz,
Mhm.
and I mean they're great animals too. I like them.
They're loving too.
Again, you just gotta handle them. They gotta be handled.
Yes.
You can't. They're not an animal you can just put somewhere and put in a cage and never touch them.
That's right.
They have to be handled. So, like Mama's just said right here, if you do pull them inside, just like a cat, you can litter box train them.
That is
So,
very easy to do
so
too.
Totoro used to be litter trained, and
Yes.
people used to come like, where did she go to the bathroom?
And
Anytime she
I.
had to go to the bathroom, even if she was in the living room, she'll walk to her, just like a cat, she'll walk to her litter box,
Mhm.
jump in her litter box, and use her bathroom, and then she'll come out and then she'll clean herself. So
Yes.
it's really good to have a mat right outside your litter box, especially for rabbits,
Yes.
because when they get out of that sand or the litter box, they are wanting to groom themselves.
Yep.
That was one thing I seen today in a video because
And
I had to figure out some stuff about rabbits.
put your hay where your litter box is too.
Yes.
Because when they eat their hay, they will poop in their litter box.
Yes. So the number one thing I've seen the most people talk about by having pet rabbits is you have to be careful what you feed them
Yes, you do.
because most people think you can feed them they have like the little treats at Walmart and stuff. It's alright to give them treats every now and then,
Mhm.
but sugar has a very high effect on their digestive system.
And they can't digest the sugars that well.
That's right, and that will cause them their intestines to turn and everything
Mhm.
because they can't digest it very well. So like I don't recommend getting like the little sugary treats. And the best thing I like for treats is like maybe vegetables and leaves. You can give berries in small quantities
Yes.
because again there is sugar in berries, but it's better. It's a more natural sugar and it's easier for them to digest.
It's like go to them.
And like every now and then we have like banana peelings, and I just take like little pieces of banana peelings, and I go, y'all, it's like chocolate. They love they love it. Again, a small amount. You got to be careful how
Mhm.
much you're feeding them, and you can't introduce stuff at a high volume.
That's right.
You have to gradually like I would normally go I go and grab stuff out of Mama's garden. Shh, don't tell Mama. I know she's watching, so like the other day I went and got some of the turnip I went and got some of the turnips,
Ew,
leaves and everything.
turnips. Nasty. The
And
rabbits can have
I
all the
got I got
turnips
the
they
one,
want.
Mama. I did get the ones that were closer to the end of the box, and made sure it was some of the
Mhm.
leaves that were too much for the garden bed. And I went and broke some of those, and I would introduce them a little. The babies ain't gonna truly gnaw on them as much, but they'll see their mama and
Yes.
they'll start just nibbling a little, and then they slowly get into it. But they love leaves. They highly recommend that you give them natural greens,
Yeah.
and you make sure they have a high fiber diet, because rabbits have to have a high fiber diet. You can't just feed them vegetables. They have to have fiber. So you have to give them hay. You have to give them rabbit pellets, to make sure they're getting that high fiber.
Mhm.
And if you are going to have a rabbit for a pet, they do need to be vaccinated.
Yes.
Most people do not think about it, and it's really hard to find a vet that
Especially
actually
down here it is.
that that takes care of rabbits, because if you just go to a regular vet, they don't normally just take care of rabbits,
Mhm.
because rabbits are actually technically considered a exotic animal, and most cat and dog vets don't know how to take care of rabbits. So if you find a vet, make sure they get vaccinated, because there are two main diseases that rabbits can attract,
Mhm.
and you have to be careful, because if they get it, it can spread and kill your livestock. And but you know what the most, other than anxiety, you know what the most thing that kills causes rabbits to die?
What?
Flies.
Yes. Fries.
Flies.
Annoying.
Flies. If you have flies around your rabbits, you really need to make sure you take care
Mhm.
of them. They do have stuff to spray your rabbit's butt into with, and it helps keeps the flies away, because the rabbit's skin are so tender that the flies would go and dig and lay eggs in their
Yes.
skin.
And then you get the little dangies, and then you have a hole in it, and the stain will pop up. Boom.
Yep, and it will cause your rabbits to get infected and die.
Mhm.
Another thing is they will get into your rabbit's back end
Yes.
and infect your rabbit's back end. And I was getting there, Mama. You do have to be careful how much greens and stuff you do feed your rabbits, because it will give them diarrhea. If you
Yes.
ever see your rabbit have the runs, and you have a vet, you need to take them to the vet.
Mhm.
If for some reason your rabbit haven't ate in the last 12 hours, you need to take your rabbit to the vet.
Because they will show their pain very well.
You know, and sometimes if they're just laying around and they ain't moving lots,
Mhm.
you need to take your rabbit to the vet,
Yes.
because again they can get sick, and because they have like, the way their heart works and everything, they get too stressed out,
Mhm.
it will kill them. But we also have our meat rabbits.
Our meat rabbits.
So our meat rabbits, we have the New Zealand's whites,
Mhm.
and we have the giant chinchillas. And we sort of I like crossbreeding them.
I do too. You
I
get.
like I like the crossbreed of between the New Zealand and the
Mhm.
giant chinchillas, and they come up to be a little marvel color. I don't know if I have a picture of them on here. I was sort of doing this in a rush. No, I do not.
Mm-mm.
But if you check out our our Facebook page, you can see pictures of them. They come out to be a marvel white
And
with
they're so pretty.
they're very beautiful. If they would if they wouldn't get so big, they would sort of be the ideal pet rabbit.
Yes.
Because they tend to be very calming, like the chinchillas, but they don't tend to get quite as big as the chinchillas. But for meat, normally I like I like the fat and meat,
Mhm.
the meat ratio between them.
Yes, I do too.
And we have, man, how many babies we have now?
Uh.
Five, five, one, two, one. It's somewhere about 15, between 15 and 20
Are you
something.
grooming me?
15 to 20 of our meat rabbits right now. And Mama's trying to help because she's not here.
Mhm.
So we have if you ever watch our video, you see that we have a place out here, we have our rabbit corner,
Yes.
and we have our males separated from our females because
Except cappuccino
but he's in a small cage
in a small cage with
because
by
he's
himself.
a small rabbit.
Mhm.
He's a small rabbit. And during the summertime it gets really really hot here in the lower part of Alabama. So as Mama said, you got to make sure they have ventilation
Yes.
because another thing with rabbits, with their again because of their heart and how they're
Mhm.
made, they can get respiratory problems.
Yes.
And if they get hot and they start hyperventilating from heat stroke,
They would die.
they would die. So another one thing that people does when they have pets that kills rabbits, that's not disease or anything. You know what it is?
What?
They put them in a trance. You
Oh,
know what I'm
try
talking.
and pray. Try
So
and make the ghost sleep.
so if you don't know what trance, I do not practice this. I will not do it.
Nope.
You do not turn your rabbit upside down
No.
for no reason. For no reason because when you turn a rabbit upside down, they go into survival mode.
Yes, and they would pray dead.
And they will play dead and playing dead can cause them to die.
Same thing with a Will Possum. When you see a Will Possum
Well,
praying dead.
But it's different. Cause possums will come back.
Mhm.
If it puts too much stress on the rabbit would die.
Mhm.
Cause and that's why you gotta make sure.
Don't leave when I groom my bunnies, trying to do the paws. I make sure I put them back up and make sure they have that little bit to comparate and calm down. Then I go back and groom them again.
So another thing a bunny does is they sleep a lot.
They sleep a lot. Yes.
Maybe a little thirsty.
Mhm.
He's probably trying to find some water. We just got a couple more minutes, Squirt.
Yes, Squirt.
And I'll put you back in your cage with some water. And so I mean, rabbits do tend to be a little high maintenance,
Mhm.
but there's some dogs that are very high maintenance.
Yes.
All right, just like any animal, animals are high maintenance. If you want an animal, technically, if you want a dog, dogs are dogs are high maintenance too.
Mhm.
People don't take care of their animals correctly sometimes because people finds and says, "Oh, look, that's so pretty," and they go grab something,
Yes.
and then they don't realize that you're gonna have to groom that.
Yep.
You have to take care of that, and that's the number one thing sad about rabbits. People go buy rabbits, and yes, I do want people to buy my bunnies,
Mhm.
but make sure you understand what you're buying. Please don't just go buy something and say, "Well, it took more than I handled." We had ferrets.
Ew, ferrets. Some reason they get stuck in our room now.
And I guess people goes by like these exotic animals like ferrets and everything, and they think how awesome they're gonna be, and they don't realize how much work they gotta put into them.
Yes.
Even like cats, chickens. People think chickens you can just throw them in a pen and survive.
No, you can't do that.
Anything on the farm it's gonna take your time.
Mhm.
It's gonna take work and dedication. So anything you do, make sure you dedicate it to it. Don't
Water
just
bottles.
so um water bottles. I don't really like water
I
bottles.
don't like water bottles either. I don't like the drip system either. Now, because if you get the drip system and you get a tile under the drip system and it drips on that tile where you're trying to let your bunnies away, they can get these stains on their paws.
Yeah, they can get it everywhere.
Mhm. And if you don't catch that in time, your bunnies will die.
Yeah. Another thing I learned about the water bottles
Mhm.
is rabbits don't tend to get enough to drink through them.
No, it's not. It's not natural to them.
And they said there's chemicals in the plastic that's not good for
Mhm.
them. So we're trying to convert all our water bottles into bowls,
Yes, 2 bowls.
and they're able to drink as much as they want.
Yes, it's more natural and everything.
So I mean, got to do your research. You
Mhm.
got to figure out what you're doing, like for anything. You can't just go buy something and expect it to just take care of itself.
That's right.
That's that's what homestead life is like. It's not just sorry. He was clean. He was licking me.
Yes, it was funny and cute
It,
at the
you
same
just gotta
time.
you just gotta make sure whatever you put your mind to that you're willing to put the work into it.
Yes.
Cause like it's great having a farm, but if you can't really put your time into the animals and you can't really dedicate yourself fully to it. I mean, I don't suggest getting a big farm. Do what you can at the moment, and then as time passes, maybe you can grow.
Yes.
I mean, we didn't start off with all the rabbits, but for us, for mama and daddy and everything, because they tend to be easier to take
Mhm.
care of. They do tend to be a little more high maintenance,
Yes, they are.
but they they do have less problems than like some of the other farm animals would,
Mhm.
because they're not as vulnerable to as many diseases. And I mean that's very much as I got.
Yeah.
Mama said, but they are good eats.
Yes, goody.
They do taste good, y'all. If you had wild rabbit and and don't let it despise you from having
Mhm.
farm raised rabbit because it tastes different. That you don't have the gamey taste, and like the rabbits we have, they are they have more meat and it's really good. And like Ray and everybody else that had rabbit, it's
Mhm.
like man, that's really good. That's really really good.
It tastes better than chicken.
Like I said, the video before, I tricked my pastor into eating some of my rabbit suit, and he thought, man, this is really good. He said the only thing he would recommend was a little more salt, but that's because they sit there and it stirred my soup,
Yes.
and it's all the salt and seasonings soaked down to the bottom. So, but if you do cook rabbits, you do got to make sure you put a fat with it. So normally some milk, buttermilk, something other. Uncle Joe says sure. Make sure you marinate it overnight with buttermilk that it will be tender.
That's right.
Like I was saying, you do have to make sure you do put fat with your when you're cooking your rabbit,
Yes, you
because
do.
rabbits don't have that much fat. They're meat. And it's very heavy meat too.
It
So
is.
like
It fills you up.
we can cook two our rabbits, and it feeds us and Ray's family, and we
Mhm.
still have one or two pieces left if we're not pigging out.
That's right.
And it's very good. And it's unlike and like I said, it's a heavier meat.
It is.
So when it hits your stomach, it fills you up. and and like people, like most people would tell you, you will have more rabbits producing than you would having cows,
Mhm.
and and you can keep it up, and you'll actually come out having more meat than if you had a cow, because you have to raise that cow for a longer time than you would have to raise a rabbit for what, 18 weeks, I think it is.
Something like that.
And then you're able to slaughter them and clean them and take them to freezer camp.
Mhm.
But like I said, we don't just have meat rabbits. We have our bunny. We are a fluffy cloud
We
bunnies.
have our cute
So,
bunnies.
but if you are interested and you're wanting to get a hold of us to buy a bunny, you can go to Facebook and Facebook message us,
Mhm.
and we can give you more information about pricing and everything about our bunnies. And y'all, just make sure what you're doing is what you're going to be dedicated to do.
Yes.
Make sure you're taking care of your animals. Make sure you show them love. Make sure you show them kindness, and and they normally become out friendly.
So friendly.
He betrayed me and went to the other side. How
Well,
could you go to the dark side? How? Why? But y'all, this is gonna be the end of the video.
yes.
I know it wasn't much, but and we're right at this moment. I do want to put a disclaimer out that we're not able to put as many videos as we want to because of
Mhm.
everything going on, the holidays, Norma being in the hospital, Mama being down there and everything, and we're having to be up here. I'm having to take care of the family and everything,
Yes, we are.
and I still got church stuff going on. And again, it's the holidays, so
Yes.
there's tons of stuff. We have a program this Thursday at church I gotta go to. We got a we got our we got our Christmas service and worship service this Sunday. We got
Mhm.
we got a camp meeting coming up at the end of this month. I got so much going on right now. So we apologize for not putting as
Yes,
many
we are.
videos, but next year we will get back to it, and we will be putting videos out more regularly. And so you know what time it is to say?
What?
As Mama says, please like,
Like and
subscribe,
subscribe.
hit that annoying bell,
Bell.
leave a comment. Y'all, please leave a comment. Uh, don't don't forget to share this video.
Yes,
Don't forget
share.
to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And y'all, Mama's favorite part is
What is it, Squirt? Bye!
bye. Come on, computer. I said bye. Bye.